So today we are going to read about the transport of the ammonia by the alanine. So ammonia is constantly being liberated in the metabolism of the amino acid mostly and other various nitrogenous compound. So at the physiological pH, you should know that the ammonia exists in the ammonium form. That means NH4 plus. The NH3 is ammonia, and at the physiological pH, the ammonia is present in the ammonium form. So being said that despite the regular and the constant production of the ammonia from the various tissue, its concentration in the circulation is the surprising low. It is normal. So the normal plasma concentration of the ammonia is 10 to 20 mg per deciliter. So this is mostly because the body has an efficient mechanism for ammonia transport and is immediate utilization for the urea synthesis. The transport of ammonia between the various tissue and the liver mostly occur in the form of the glutamine or alanine. So glutamate and alanine mainly helps in the transport of the ammonia. So alanine is important for the ammonia transport for the muscle to liver by the glucose-alanine cycle. As I have already told you, as I have already discussed the glucose-alanine cycle in the previous carbohydrate metabolism also. Now let us talk about the role of glutamine or role of glutamate in the transport of the ammonia. The glutamine is the storehouse of the ammonia. It is present at the highest concentration like 8 mg per deciliter in adults in the blood among the amino acids. The glutamine serves as the storage and transport form of ammonia. Its synthesis mostly occurs in the liver, brain and muscles, and ammonia is removed from the brain predominantly as glutamate. So the glutamine is freely diffusible in the tissue, so it is freely transportable in various tissues of our body. So the glutamine synthesis, which is a mitochondrial enzyme that is responsible for the synthesis of the glutamine from glutamate and ammonia. So this reaction is unidirectional and requires ATP and magnesium ions. So this is the role of the glutamate. So we have again I am going to explain is that we have the amino acid that have the ammonia, and this amino acid is eventually stored in the form of glutamate along with the production of the alpha keto acid, and with the help of alpha ketoglutarate there is formation of the alanine. So this glutamate is freely diffusible and it is freely transportable in the various tissue because it can diffuse freely in the various tissue. So we have the alanine, and from the glucose also we have the pyruvate and lactate. So from the alanine there can commence the glucose-alanine cycle, and after the transportation of the alanine to the liver with the help of the alpha ketoglutarate, the alanine can be converted into the glutamate, and this glutamate can eventually be converted to urea, and this urea can eventually be excreted through the kidney. So this is the main topic, that transport of ammonia by alanine I want to discuss here. So you should know that the glutamate and alanine are the two main important transportation of the ammonia. The glutamate acts as the storehouse, whereas the alanine transport the ammonia from the various tissues to the liver, and this alanine can be converted into glutamate with the help of alpha ketoglutarate, and this glutamate can eventually be converted to urea, and the urea is excreted through the kidney. So this is how the concentration of the ammonia in our body in the circulation is maintained. So there is the effective mechanism of transportation of the ammonia. So even though there is huge production of the ammonia by the various tissues, by the various protein of our body, and also that have various, and also the various nitrogenous compound that produce ammonia, due to this effective mechanism of transport, the level of ammonia in our body is well controlled. So this concludes our topic of transport of ammonia by alanine. I hope you understood this lecture. And the Cori cycle, I have already discussed about the Cori cycle, and the Cahill cycle is the glucose-alanine cycle. The Cahill cycle, glucose-alanine cycle also I have already discussed. So I hope you understood this lecture. Thank you.